Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest scheduled for 3 rounds of fighting at 70 kilograms. Please welcome your first fighter to the blue corner. Here comes William Goldie Galloway.
William Goldie Galloway, Willie One Bomb, because of 9 KOs from his 12 wins, only 4 defeats from Pure Impact Muay Thai in Blackpool, making his way to the ring here for Super Fight Series, The Art of War. 20 years of age, but already an experienced campaigner.
And please welcome his opponent to the red corner. Here comes Dominic Mateusz.
And dancing his way out, Dominic Mateusz, 24 years of age, from Poland, and the Perun Gym here in London. 7 wins and 5 losses on his career. Very relaxed young man, making his way to the red corner. Been training since 16 years of age, rebuilding his career after injury.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 3 rounds of fighting at 70 kilograms. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks. This man brings with him into the ring a record of 12 wins, opposite just 4 defeats. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, representing Pure Impact Muay Thai in Blackpool. Here is Willie One Bomb, William Goldie Galloway. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white and red trunks. This man brings with him into the ring a record of 7 wins, opposite 5 defeats. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, representing Perun Gym in London. Here is Dominic Mateusz. And when the action begins, your referee in charge is Nash Keshwala.
We have a super fight over 3 3-minute rounds of action. And Chris, I've seen William Goldie Galloway before, such an exciting talent. I would say prospect, but he's already had 16 fights, 9 big KOs. He's very slick indeed, but one of the things that is so devastating about him is not only his knockout power, he's so durable himself. One of the fights I saw him, he was in an absolute war and took shots that would have stopped most people before he did KO his opponent.
And when you consider the skills of his opponent, again, this could be a dream matchup. Both guys do love a war. Both guys are known for big finishes. Both have promised an awesome camp as well. They said they're both injury-free, ready to compete. And I think that could mean, Malcolm, we could get round of the night or fight of the night with this one.
I agree, Chris. I mean, we've already had some absolutely incredible bouts, and again, so solid at the weight, these two men. But Mateusz, as he said, he's been rebuilding. His camp's been superb after injury, so he says he's fighting fit now. But as I said, having seen Galloway perform, such an exciting competitor at just 20 years of age, and a granite chin.
So both men want to take that next step in their career. Tonight they collide in the Super Fight Series.
Well, this is the thing of the Super Fight Series, the matchups. All the campaigners, you talk to them, they respect their opponent and say, but when I get the win, I move forward again. This is what the Super Fight Series is about, moving forward in the rankings and with the public.
And both guys throwing simultaneously right now. A lot of speed. There's power and there's speed.
And one of the things I noted before from Galloway is he's an excellent boxer, Chris. Very fast hands and good boxing technique. And already looking to set up that big right hand with the left. And he sets it up again. He's getting closer, Chris. Mateusz will have to watch that. He's countering well, but he's got to watch the big right hand from Galloway, who stopped 9 of his opponents already.
And Dominic, Mateusz doing a good job of staying off the ropes right now. That's a key to the strategy against William Goldie Galloway. He's got to use lateral footwork, kick, stick, and move. because the body work of Galloway, listen to the way he rips the breadbasket there.
Yes,
Crazy
that
left hook.
hand, that left hand, Chris, was superb. And he's a sharp, sharp boxer. At the moment, the variety of technique is coming in from Dominic Matoush, but he's got to respect the boxing power of Galloway. And when you're coming forward, even when you're showing good variety, you're at your most vulnerable when you're attacking. And he's got to watch out for that right hand. He's got to respect that right hook.
He's got to watch out for the head movement as well. I like the way that William Goldie Galloway leans off the center line, moves his head, anticipates the response from Dominic Matoush, and doesn't leave himself to be susceptible to being countered. And of course, increases his power when he torques up like that. So,
well, the other thing you saw was the short chopping low kick, then the right high kick. He's got good legs as well. He favours the boxing, but he's got good legs. Double knee there from Dominic Matoush when he's in the clinch. And they go again. I think the variety of technique's been shown by Matoush, but Galloway has stuck to a game plan.
it's that fastball right hand that he's trying to land right now. Really turns the punch over very well. A lot of power, speed, and inertia. And when you punch down like that, it just gives you so much acceleration. And that punch lands, that's a game changer. That can be the end of the fight. Again, big right hand, swing and a miss. But Matoush is doing a good job of moving in and out and knowing that that's coming. This fight, it's all about who's going to be able to pull the counter.
Yes, I agree. Matoush doing a good job here, and the variety of technique is coming from the red corner. Galloway sticking to those fast hands and either the high or low round kick. Matoush bringing a lot more into his game, but he's always got to be on point defensively because that right just clipped him again.
One of the keys, as we said in the first part of this round, 10 seconds to go, but Matoush was really doing well to use lateral forward, kick, stick, and move. He's got to move, he's got to exit, he's got to reset. If he gets stuck against the ropes, he can run into that right. End of the round. One in the books.
Well, the thing for me was Galloway, as you could see, stalking the whole round, constantly pushing forward. One thing in mind, that big bomb of a right hand's going to land. Matoush, I loved the variety of his work, but Galloway was sort of saying, throw what you want at me, I've got a game plan, and this is going to come back at you. And that's the danger for Matoush. He can actually win this if he can keep up the variety for 3 rounds and not get tagged very cleanly by one of these bombs.
We saw just a moment ago, look at the way he steps into that, really does such a good job of closing the distance. William Goldie Galloway has a nuclear missile of a right hand, and if that thing lands, Matoush is going to have to be very, very, very wary of that punch. Here, again, that was the cleanest time that he was hit with that strike, but moving backwards in a straight line is not a great idea when a guy like that is trying to line up that strike on you.
No, I agree, and Galloway's got a one-track mind here, and the 9 KOs tell you what that one-track mind is. He wants to finish you. Now, I like the variety of Matoush's work. He's done some solid stuff himself, but he's got to do that across 2 more rounds, and then just to show that he's got more to him, a wicked low kick from Galloway to start the round, then the heavy hands over the top, Chris.
Huge blitz here. William Goldie Galloway looking to close the show. He's a shark in the water right now, Malcolm. He smells it.
That's Galloway all over. That's what excited me about watching this young man before. He's got a solid chin. He likes to entertain. He likes the knockout, and he's got a one-track mind coming forward. Even when Matoush is coming back at him with the kicks, he doesn't step out of the pocket, Chris. Do you notice he stays there? He runs the risk of that. That's what I like about the variety of Matoush's work. But look, Galloway stays there and always stays in range.
Switch knee for Matoush. He was looking to dig to the liver. He's got to stay out of the corners. He's got to work the angles and keep his back to space right now. Get the kicking going. Good stuff here. Dominic Matoush looking to try to chop that base away. That's a smart strategy against a power puncher. You can chop that base out. Good kick again. Kick and move. Kick and move. Right now, though, William Goldie Galloway is headhunting Malcolm.
That's it. I mean, he wants to take the power base away from Galloway, and it's a good tactic. But Galloway is soaking all that up to stay here and get closer and closer with that right hand. He's willing to take everything that Matoush offers. And Matoush offers great variety, but you know he's willing to take that for one of these to land. It's a great cat and mouse game. That's what I love about this bout.
Good check there. Lazy single kick, though. Matoush has got to commit. But maybe it was a smart thing that he didn't overcommit there.
Well, for the first time, he pushed forward, looked good doing it, backing Galloway up. As I said, there's the right through the channel. Didn't quite land as cleanly as Galloway wants. Mateusz open mouth now as he comes forward. And again, the variety of his work, you can't fault it.
Kick again. Mateusz's got to keep that up. You can already see the effects on William. He's not coming in quite as hard. Again, stance swap there. He's going to protect that leg. That's a sign. That's a good indicator for him here.
Well, it's trying to negate, as you said, sensibly the skills of your opponent. And one of the ways to do that is, as you rightly said again, is to chop at the base. And Mateusz, he's been relentless in those low leg kicks. We know he's not going to win the boxing, but he is, as you rightly said, beginning to slow Galloway down.
Nice uppercut there. Mateusz caught him leaning in a little bit off that lazy spinning back fist. This has been a better round, at least a better second half of the round.
And he lands with his own clean right, just as you said that, Chris. This is an intriguing second round because Mateusz has weathered the storm and I feel come back strongly.
That being said, he just ate a 1-2. I think he might be rocked, Malcolm.
He is rocked in these last 10 seconds, Chris. You're right. That really took it out of him, just as I was complimenting him of taking the sting out of his opponent. That last 10 seconds, Galloway shows why Mateusz has got to do it the whole 3 minutes of all 3 rounds.
And you could see there a really smart tactic from Dominik Mateusz. Got clipped, came in, caught the clinch, slowed things down, bought himself a few seconds of time, but let's start from the beginning, Malcolm. That was an interesting round. A lot of storylines there.
That's right. And the first storyline was, again, Galloway walking forward, knowing what he wants to land the rights, legs or hands. He's going to stay in the pocket and he's going to do his work. Mateusz wasn't phased, kept the variety going, and then, as you noticed, Chris, started to work both legs of Galloway to stop him coming in so quickly. And you saw in the middle of the round the first signs that Galloway was slowing. And then we thought that Mateusz was getting up ahead of steam.
And then, of course, he got tagged. So, great action here. This third round is going to be important. It'll be interesting to see whether or not that was enough for Dominik Mateusz to win, but, you know, a couple of clean strikes at the end for William Goldie Galloway. So, both fighters embrace a lot of sportsmanship here. Both guys know these last few minutes are vital.
I think it was lucky for Mateusz that it was so late in the round that left-right landed against such a ferocious puncher as Galloway. And Mateusz has got to keep that focus and discipline again. And again, he works tidily to the legs. He's always busy. That's one of the things across the opening 2 rounds. Despite Galloway's power, Mateusz was always busy as well, Chris.
Right cross there. Mateusz looking to try to catch Galloway.
I think in the boxing stakes, he's going to come off second best. But what I like about Mateusz is he uses the boxing to set up those low kicks.
Both guys have slowed down a little bit. They're going to pick their exchanges. Never mind that. William Goldie Galloway looking for that right again. Of course, you can get a little bit of rope-a-dup going on, right? You're kind of slowing down a little bit. You're trying to kind of match the pace of the action. And then all of a sudden, you can explode and catch your opponent.
I think you're right, Chris. I think Galloway has suddenly gone for quality over quantity here and looking to get back to good K1 basics. Whereas before we could see him setting up those huge power punches, he's beginning to match Mateusz now for a bit of variety and make Mateusz think again. And I think it's for one reason, to open up Mateusz again for that big right hand. Eventually it will come, but after a variety of technique now. That said, beautiful round kick for Mateusz.
Nice kick there. Good couple of exchanges here for William Goldie Galloway. He's got to keep the trades favorable. He's got to be in and then back out and avoid those kicks because he knows Mateusz is going to kick every time.
Well, he's got back to basics for me and matched Mateusz at that level. And both have slowed down because of, obviously, they've both taken punishment, both very powerful. But Galloway got back to basics, still looking to land that big right.
And he squared his stance up just a little bit more, which has pulled that lead leg back, leaves him less susceptible to getting low kicked.
Mateusz has stuck to his own game plan as well, doggedly, determinedly. He's taken a chance sometimes with that right hand and lands his own big left. Now Galloway, I told you he had an iron jaw, but he's having to take it. That's the point.
William Goldie Galloway shakes his head and says no. But Mateusz clipped him.
Well, he took 4 punches there, including a big uppercut. And again, Galloway shook his head. I told you before that the man's got a chin. But it just shows how well Mateusz has come back. And Chris, with the work he did in the second and the work he did in the third now, this is an open bout again.
Jumping roundhouse there. Both guys really turning up the pressure here. Last couple of seconds here. Great exchange of low kicks. Combinations, hands, leg kicks. Oh my goodness. What a great flurry there at the Bell Malcolm. The crowd on their feet here at the York Hall.
Oh, it was a fantastic back, Chris. And again, we talked about Galloway's chin, but what about Mateusz?
Amazing. To survive some really nasty exchanges, particularly being hit so hard in the first round. I think William Goldie Galloway took the first. The question is, how are they going to see 2 and 3?
Well, as you saw there, Galloway in the third got back to basics again, a lot more K1 technique. But Mateusz, if you think about it, Chris, despite the heavy shots, never stopped working, never stopped coming back. Lots and lots of low leg kicks, which you noted in the second to slow his opponent down. And then in the third, let's be honest, matched Galloway for the boxing.
Yeah, very interesting for me. It may have been 1-1 going into the third, not sure, but Brett Hollywood has got all the answers. The announcement coming up right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fighting, once again, we go to the judges' scorecards. Our judges score this bout 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28 in favor of your winner. Fighting out of the blue corner, Willie Wemba, William Goldie Galloway.
Chris, I think under K1 rules, they've gone with the power man.
Yeah,
Galloway.
it was the right decision. You know, I would have given it 1 round to Mateusz. I think certainly William Goldie Galloway taking the first. I'm not sure whether it was the second or third they gave to him, but it was a great fight, a very competitive fight, and a fight that really kind of evolved, right? It was about the storyline kind of going through, both guys adapting to what the other presented.